What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope you're doing well. You guys already know the deal. What I need you to do is take your hands, look at your fingers, pop them knuckles, go make yourself a pot of tea, put it in a nice little mug, you know what I mean? Make sure it's nice and ready. Take your tea bag, steep it in there, you know, and then take your fingers and dip it in the freaking tea. And then pull it out. Should be, you know, nice and warm or whatever. I hope you didn't burn yourself, but wipe them off. Because, you know, we're in this time where we need to make sure we're nice and safe. So we got to use this tea to make sure our hands are nice and clean. What am I even saying? Because I need you to get ready to leave a comment down below. Guys, if you are new here and you believe at any point in the video I deserve it, I would really appreciate a sub. If you do decide to sub, make sure you hit that bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Also, make sure you leave a like at any point in the video if you enjoy the conversation. And lastly, make sure you are following my Twitter. That is really important. Not only do you get updates whenever I post a new video, but you also get updated whenever I go live on Twitch, and you also just get funny stuff on your feed. So anyway, guys, let's get into this. Hey, just letting you know, I don't have any Valorant gameplay, so you're just gonna see some Monster Hunter World. Okay, cool. We got a little situation, guys. We have a little bit of a situation. The reason why I say that is because some ordinary gamers recently posted a video talking about how Valorant installs a kernel level anti-cheat. If you don't know what that is, basically something that is kernel level means that it is in ring 0. If you guys don't know what that means, you probably don't if you're not a computer scientist, but basically what that means is this thing has full access to your computer, not just like elevated privileges, not just admin level privilege. I mean, it has like literally the highest level of privileges that is available on your computer. It is basically as high as the operating system. It has the exact same it is literally able to do anything on your computer. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, it really depends on what kind of tools are installed in there and what it can actually access, but the fact that it's there and the fact that it is a kernel level anti-cheat, or it's a kernel level application just in general, a kernel level service, makes it so that it can be exploited by literally anyone who has the brains to do it, who has the brain capacity to do it. Freaking Megamind out there.
Yes, sir.
Anybody who has the brain capacity to actually modify this and make it so that it works in their favor can have tremendous amounts of access to your computer. It just takes one person to create a virus, spread it on the internet. If you install it on your computer, even without knowing it, right? You could go onto a website and it runs a script, and that script goes and accesses that kernel and accesses that service, I should say, and that service is able to do anything on your system kernel. Basically, what a system kernel is, you can just think of it like the seed of your operating system. Literally, the beginning point of your operating system, the lowest level thing that is on your computer, meaning it can do anything from that point on. Right? Okay, so why is this so bad? Why is this so bad? Well, I just explained one scenario that can happen. You go onto a website, you don't even realize what's happening. It runs a script. It gets some C++ script on your machine. It runs that, or it runs just a JavaScript script, and that accesses that exact kernel, that exact anti-cheat that they have installed. And then it can do anything with your computer. If they wanted to, they can continuously monitor what you're doing. They could steal your information. They could steal your credit cards. They can steal anything that they really wanted to. If they wanted to, they can take over your computer. They can control your mouse. They can control what your graphics card does. They can throttle your system. They can make it so that your system is used to bitmine for them. Or, I mean, they can do literally anything with your computer. When I say anything, it's literally anything, because it is the lowest level, highest, it has literally the lowest level access that anything can have. And I can't stress that enough. I keep on saying that because it's extremely important that people understand that. This is no joke. Like, this is something serious, and if somebody finds a way to exploit this, it's not looking good. So why did Riot Games think that this was a good thing to do? Well, apparently, according to them, they thought that installing something like this, using an anti-cheat like this, would make the game extremely difficult to hack, or extremely difficult to bypass the anti-cheat system. It would make it extremely difficult for people to use stuff like aimbotting, or for people to breach the game's code and make it so that they have infinite health. Well, that's all server side, but still, like, it's stuff like that. People have already done it. It's already done. It's already done. People have already found a way to get past the anti-cheat. So if that's the case, why? Why do you need to install something like this if it really is not helping? If people want to breach your security, they're going to breach your security. That's it. That's literally just it. The best thing you can do, instead of installing this anti-cheat that leaves people extremely vulnerable, what you should be doing is you minimize client-side things. Just try and minimize the amount of things that are actually processed client-side. Things like hit registration. Things like knowing where your character is, knowing where other character is, or characters are, I should say. Like, stuff like that should be moved off of the client and put onto a server. I know that increases latency, and that's kind of one of the things that makes Valorant, I guess, special. The fact that they have really low tick rate servers, and things are very fast. They worked really hard on their netcode. They should try to migrate as much as they can to server, because if a lot of things are on client, which is I think that's the reason why their game is so fast. If a lot of things are on the client side, meaning if a lot of things are processed on your machine, then that leaves the game open to a bunch of exploits, regardless of what kind of level of anti-cheat you have. Like, it's literally, if they want to get in, if they want to do something, they will bypass your security, they will find a vulnerability, and they will be able to modify anything that they want. Now, what am I saying here with this video? Alright, I'm not telling you not to play Valorant. If you really don't care about having something like this on your machine, then go ahead, have a blast. Go ahead, install it, have some fun, do whatever you want to do. But I do want to bring it out there. I want to make it so that more people are aware, even though I'm sure most people are aware at this point. I want to make sure as many people are aware of this problem as possible. I want to make sure that people understand how detrimental this is, how crazy this is, how harmful this can be if we aren't careful. Now, yes, you could uninstall it at any time, but then you can't play Valorant, and I'm not sure if uninstalling it makes it so that you can play Valorant again. Like, I'm not sure if you have to reinstall Valorant, or if you just relaunch the game, it'll recognize that the anti-cheat isn't installed anymore, and all you have to do is just restart your computer or something like that. I hope that that's the case, so that you don't have to reinstall the game entirely. If that were the case, I would just recommend going into, hold on, I'll show you. Alright, so now we're at my desktop. This is my wallpaper engine, by the way. I love this freaking wallpaper. Anyway, so this is how you actually go about uninstalling Riot Vanguard, right? So you can either come down here to your search bar, or you can go and use your start menu, either or, it doesn't really matter. If you have the latest version of Windows, you'll see settings right here. So you're going to want to click on that. And once you click on that, it should bring you to your settings. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over to apps. Once you're in apps, you are going to be able to see all the different apps that are here. If you search up Riot Vanguard should be the first thing that pops up. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on that and uninstall, and then you're going to click on uninstall. So that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to click on yes, and then blah blah blah. It's going to take you through the uninstallation process. So if that is something that you want to do after every single time that you play, then I would recommend doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it on until the beta is over, because I honestly don't think I'm going to play Riot. I don't think I'm going to play Valorant, like, consistently. If I do decide to play Valorant, then I'm probably just going to install it whenever I need to. But that's kind of what you want to do if you want to try and be as safe as possible. Uninstall the Riot Vanguard every single time that you close the game so that it's not constantly running. The only problem is, like I said, you're going to have to restart your PC every single time you want to play. So it's safety over convenience. Like, it's whatever you prefer to do, I guess. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Do you think Riot should be installing this Vanguard anti-cheat? I mean, they've been using it for a while, I guess, but do you think that it's really safe? Do you think that it's a good thing to install on people's machines, especially knowing what you know now about how dangerous it could potentially be? Or do you think that it's really not that bad? If somebody would have done something, they would have done it already. Let me know what you guys think. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that it's just a matter of time. But, hey, that's just one opinion. Guys, if you made it to this point in the video and you are not already subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. If you did, make sure you also hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a video. That would be awesome. Also, if you enjoyed the conversation today, or if you found this video helpful in any way, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on this video. That would really help me out. And lastly, make sure you're following me on Twitter so that you get notified whenever I post a new video or whenever I go live on Twitch. That would be freaking awesome. I'd love you guys forever. Also, if you just want funny stuff on your feed, like, you should be following me on Twitter. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I'll catch you in the next one.